Greetings, fellow humans. It is I, MartianBuu, here once again to play some more Reno Warrior. For my last video, it was pointed out to me that I had not properly set up my Elise, which is something I didn't notice because I never actually played Elise in that video. So we're going to go ahead and fix that by adding this, our friend Mutanus here. That'll give us the 7 we need to have an active Elise. Hooray! And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these safety goggles because I don't think they're very good without Odin. Now that we have the Croclus spell to help us cast Shield Shatter. So anyways, thanks for watching. I should play Broxigar, I guess. I don't know how, like, what to do with him. He's like clunky, and the cool high rolls with him don't work. Like the, you know, like Jace. Up against Priest, you never know what a Priest is and what. Oh, it's like Nazmani, right? Maybe. Whenever you watch Smoopy, a lot of his opponents are Brox. Brox and what?
Starting the operation.
Drew chat, do you think Drew patches or doesn't run it? See a lot of doesn't run it these days. You play questline and just win with brutes before you get the Brox complete. Yeah. Brox is like a side grade to Arana. Arana kills your opponent. Brox does like 1/3 of their health. Even Shmoopy says Brox is weaker than Gleiptar. Are they mutually exclusive? Wait, so people are cutting Arana to run Brox? Really? That seems crazy to me.
Linked together in harmony.
Brox has the weapon. Oh, I still don't know, like. Okay. I don't believe in Brox, but I am seeing it. Now that Holy Wrath is gone, do you think there's a viable Highlander Paladin deck? Maybe with a DK hero? Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Chad, are you ready to see my opponent lose?
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Brox seems like cope. I just don't understand it. Like, I don't get it. What's the... That career is... Shmoopy, we were just talking all about you and how many Broxigars you face. Like, why are people running Broxigar in Questline Demon Hunter? It seems so bad. Like, it doesn't seem... It doesn't just seem bad, it seems like... Why? Because new card cool? I guess that's a good reason.
Job done.
You don't want the weapon, but like 12 damage, it, like 3 Broxigar still doesn't kill a Renethal. Arana kills a Renethal. They don't seem...
No matter the danger, I'll always chase a good discovery.
What does the weapon even do? Like draws a portal? Brox adds a little bit of consistency by being a 29 card deck instead of a 30. Does it? This is like the patches conversation. Am I ready to have a conversation about patches right now? I don't know that I am. Maybe never again. Going to 29 cards is not worth putting a card in your deck. It's just not a factor. I gotta leave this up, I guess. Should I heal? Yeah, next turn I can just poof everything, right? I'll just heal out of range, and then we'll just be fine next turn. Acts of Scenarios had very good stats when Disco Lock was a menace. It's just it's a 3 for 3/2 lifesteal and draw a portal, right? A 29 card deck may be the most overrated idea in Hearthstone. It might be, yeah. It's up there. It's up there. Alongside Plate Breaker. What's up, Team Car? False advertising. I thought a dog was streaming Hearthstone. My bad. Have you considered the fact that people willingly play Sticky Fingers? It's true. Looking for a standoff, be careful. I played it for a bit, and it felt like it was nice not to have Arana as a dead draw in aggro matchups. And I don't think I lost not having Arana at all, but it was also a pretty small sample size. Well, that's cool. Hi, Uriel. Plate Breaker may be the most underrated thing in Hearthstone, if you say so. To be fair, cards that actually make your deck a 28 card deck, Aquatic Form and Cursed Catacombs, are always run. Is it because it makes it a 28 card deck, or is it because it's 0 mana, pick one of 3 cards? Oh my goodness. Chat, you guys are triggering me with your horrible opinions. I played Bran already, didn't I? I can make a many zillies. I could also play this. This is funny.
You were destined to fail.
Who was 0 mana, draw 1, it would be run? Sure. Is Broxigar 0 mana, draw 1, or is it put 2 bad cards in your deck? The reduced deck size is a nice bonus. It's not. It's not a bonus. It's nothing. Arana being like overkill doesn't mean you run Broxigar. It means whether or not you run Arana, right? So people ran Arana. I think you can run 28 cards of Questline Demon Hunter with Brutes and run Gan and Bako as the last 2 slots and have roughly the same win rate. Yeah, probably. Probably. Arana really helps versus Reno piles. Broxigar is bad into both aggro and Reno slop. Yeah.
Deathwing versus Garrosh.
You dare challenge the war chief! All life ends.
Getting M'Baku in the same deck. You love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Wow. I feel like Rana is just so good in that deck. I think like almost certainly beating every slow deck ever is 100% like just worth it. I don't know. There are so many times, like most of the time when I lose to Questline Demon Hunter, it's because I don't have an answer to a Rana. Like almost every time. Just based on the decks that I play. So like, you know, sometimes I lose to Mana Burn, whatever. But usually it's because like it can't be outlasted, because if you do get through all their stupid stuff, they run on you and you explode. Hot take, cards that increase the deck's win percentage are good? Probably, yeah. I'd say so. D-Minor Brand with charge, let's go! I was missing M'Baku and Wild, so I decided to be the change I wanted to see. Oh, yeah, I remember Memnarch, during, this was back when the Demon Seed was like still turbo broken. Memnarch got to Legend and Wild, and was able to get to rank 4 Legend with M'Baku from Bronze 10. So, like, the Demon Seed when it first came out was so broken in Wild, because like they still had original, or not original Darkglare, they still had the
Must burn them all.
is that showing us? Oh, it's not Demon Seed, it's this is Darkglare. Oh, no, it is Demon Seed. Why is Darkglare 3 mana? Had it already been nerfed? Darkglare should have been 2 there. Very confused. Anyways, he got to Legend in Wild while Demon Seed was turbo broken by just he just put it in there just to be like, you can run 2 blanks and still win. That's how stupid this deck is. I did not play that turn in a way that satisfied me, but I was busy being baffled by this 3 mana Darkglare. Why is... Well, had it already been nerfed for standard? Because Darkglare was nerfed around that time. Was it already nerfed for standard to 3 mana, and people just hadn't figured out that you're supposed to cut it yet? Darkglare started as 3 mana, restore 2 mana, then it went to 2 mana, restore 1 mana, I think. Right, that's exactly what happened. I'm just saying that it should have been 2 mana here. Should have been the second one. So, like, when it was 3 mana after the Demon Seed came out, it's because it got nerfed for standard to 3 mana refresh 1.
Must burn them all.
Alright, we got the charging D-Minor Brand. We win. We win, chat. I'm just gonna leave that totem up forever. But yeah, it was funny. Like, Memnarch was like, this is how broken this is. I'm gonna run Gen and Baku in the same deck, and still gonna get to rank 4 Legend. Amazing times. It could also be that the screenshot was outdated. Sometimes that happens. Like, Like when the library hasn't been updated with how cards supposed to look, sometimes the deck trackers don't have the right one. Ooh, got their Odin. And they're over it. I thought the charging brand was the 7-mana hunter one. Yeah. I know Mutanus just won the game, but imagine if you had Platebreaker there to remove their armor twice with Brand. You know what? That's what they should do. Platebreaker should like destroy the enemy hero if there's no armor to destroy.
I see you've brought. I see you've brought guests.
I looked up Martian Stew. It looks like Darkglare was bumped back to 3 before Demon Seed, about a month before it was banned. Really? Oh, before it was banned. Okay. Not before Demon Seed. No, there's no way. I know it was. I'm like highly confident that it was 2 mana when the Demon Seed came out. But I know that there were changes to, right, because the Darkglare change is what made the Fatigue version of Demon Seed better than the Giants version. Pretty sure. Yeah, because when the Demon Seed first came out, the Giants version was better, and the Fatigue one was just like they were still figuring it out, and then after the first round of standard nerfs, that's when the Giants version wasn't as good and people started playing the Fatigue version more. So that must be what happened. Gosh, how long ago was that now? Was that a 2022? Because yeah, it's just Scalomance was 2020, so Stormwind was 2021. Yeah, it's a while ago now. Are they running it just because the portals are sort of 0 mana draw? So I don't want to talk about Broxigar anymore. Feel I have mentally blocked off Stormwind from my memory. The way people talk about Stormwind, it sounds like it. Apparently, even I'm having trouble remembering things now. Imagine 6 mana and 3 mana Brand would allow casting Battle Cries 4 times the potential. That'd be kind of cool. My opponent is trying to bore me. Marshy boy, what up, Ebajiju? Miss Raffle content? I remember the Raffle Meowth Corp podcast during this time, talking about Giants versus Fatigue. Didn't Odin's Battlecry used to double? It did. They changed it because Deep Miner Brand was about to come out.
I remember this place well.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
State of Wild was gas. You wish you had that back. Greetings, Martian. I finally catch a stream. Love your content. Watch every video. I hope you're doing well. Keep up the great work and love from Hungary. Well, thank you for watching, Horror Banana.
Lend me your power.
Chat, if that's a projection, I'm uninstalling. I can't take this anymore. Enough is enough. Thank goodness. Holy moly. Chat, when I'm at work, I want to say things like, chat, is he stupid, when I do something stupid. And I want to say, oh my goodness, if this happens, I'm going to uninstall. Like, that's become such a part of my vernacular. I say that type of stuff at home. But it almost comes out of my mouth all the time at work. The other day, actually, I did accidentally refer to myself as Martian at some point. My coworker didn't catch it. Luckily, Martian and Marshall are close enough, and I'm a mumbly person generally. So like, you know, I think that plays to my favor in those situations, but it's really funny. Will I ever do a talk show? I'd love to do a talk show. You know, remember Heart to Heart with Hearth Queen? Or was it Heart Queen? I don't remember. Whatever. But you know who I'm talking about. She had like all the other streamers on to like do an interview and stuff. I really wanted to do something like that for a while. I finally stopped thinking about it when she started doing Heart to Heart. But that's the type of thing I would have liked to do, is to like have a, you know, weekly Hearthstone kind of news segment and then have a guest on as like a podcast. I think if I was like, you know, a better personality, I would have made the time to do stuff like that, set something up, but I never did. You know, I said, if that's Counterspell, I'm gonna uninstall, and actually did it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Nice. Wait, was that what finally did it? Was it a Counterspell? It's kind of funny. All right, no Renethal for them. Not bad. Yes, a new Warrior video. I can't wait. Also, Martian, gotta say, I don't play Hearthstone anymore, but I love your videos. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching. State of Wild was peak. Remember before they announced Twist and they were like, Pog, Wild expansion? 2020 to 2021 was peak Wild. I had the most fun in both modes in Kobold's meta. Almost blew your cover. No one suspects you're Martian yet. Real. You should drag your coworker to your stream. I have told one coworker that I stream. I will never ever tell them my username. Would Zephy give you Flare if you had 2 mana left and not 1, and an enemy has at least 1 secret blade? Yes, sometimes. It's not consistent. Our gift of frost shields us. Our gift of frost. You would have slayed it for sure, saying Chungus and Bungus. I do say Chungus and stuff. That's real world Marshy talk that's bled into online world, not the other way around. Have I tried Slay the Spire? I have not. I can't imagine telling my coworkers about any of my hobbies. I talk to them about Pokemon sometimes when they ask, like, what I do. Like, how was your weekend? Yeah, I went over and did a retro Pokemon tournament. Sorta. I made the call to stop playing after I climbed to rank 1 for the first time on Quest Warlock because I figured out the list like 2 weeks before in the general public, and I realized I was only playing because I had something to prove still. I stopped playing regularly. I finally uninstalled because I was trying to show an MTG friend Mechathune and kept getting a Lucia. It wasn't Counterspell, it was Lucia, but after the 3rd time in the row I uninstalled and never reinstalled. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lucia is the worst. Our gift of fire empowers us. Hey Marshy, glad to catch a stream today. Hey Large. Wait a second, this isn't Balatro, should it be? Opponent's tech playing into her hands. Yeah, it was pretty helpful, huh? TLDR, Mindrender Lucia literally made me quit Hearthstone, and some people missed that card for some reason. Yeah, I agree. It's so funny. Like, I'm so happy that I don't have to have regular Mindrender or Lucia
Presentation is everything.
debates anymore. That's why it says sub to Martian instead of the word Lucia in chat. Because I just, like, I didn't even want to look at it anymore. I didn't want to look at the word. It was too stupid. Like, Lucia was broken before Shadow Priest. Completely regardless of it being a Time Warp and Aggro Priest, Lucia was already disgusting. And I don't want to explain to anyone ever again why that is, alright? If you are an Lucia Coper, if you think that type of hot garbage belongs in a game like Hearthstone, you just believe that and keep your opinion out of my chat. You goof. You silly goof. But yeah, that card sucks. I hate it.